Hi, everybody. We have decided to take a visit to Walt Disney World and Disney Springs today, which is in phases of reopening, and the Disney stores are reopened. And look at that, our favorite sign. It makes it feel so magical every time you drive under that sign. We're going to turn into the Disney Springs area here, and I am here with Easton. He has his own channel, Easton's Edge, and he's going to help me tour around Disney Springs today. Are you excited?
I am very excited. Thank you for having me, and it's been very fun.
We're headed now into the Lime parking garage. There are two parking garages on Disney Springs property that are open, the Lime garage and the Orange garage. We chose the Lime garage because it's a little bit more central, but these are the only places you can currently park to get into Disney Springs.
Yes. Just in these times, so.
It wasn't real tough to find a parking spot because it really wasn't crowded at all. Do you think?
Yeah, it wasn't crowded at all.
It wasn't. It wasn't like on a normal day where you drive around sometimes. Here we are in Disney Springs to come and see the Disney stores that are open and whatever's open. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. I cannot wait to finally be back in anything Disney and just be around Disney again.
Masks on. We're ready to go, have our temperature taken, and go into Disney Springs and check it out. Getting out of the car in Disney Springs is almost a little bit disorienting for us. We go quite frequently, but this was a very different experience. Kind of looking around and trying to figure out where to go through the barricades. They have kind of, I don't know, barricades or whatever you want to call them, but there's a little alleyway here to walk down.
And so there's like a little alleyway, and I'm already looking around like, wait a minute, where exactly do I go? But obviously I know now, so I'm going through here. And as we approach up here, there's 6 feet distance things, obviously, but
the signs start here, kind of telling you what to do. And the Disney people are really nice. They're super friendly. They're waving. They're saying, "Hey, welcome, welcome." There's hand sanitizer, and here's our temperature check.
And this is a touchless temperature check, so he just aims it right at my head, and we walk on through.
It's hard to tell, but they don't touch us. They just reach up and say, "Welcome in," and you're back in the Disney magic.
And it feels like nothing ever happened at all.
And the parking garage where you cross over into Disney Springs is on the second floor. So you come out here of the Lime garage into the main area and head down the stairs. Again, you can see more signs on safety and social distancing, more hand sanitizer stations. There's security, there's people keeping things clean. They also have a social distancing squad, which we didn't see at the bottom of these stairs this time, but a lot of times they're there. And they're there to remind you of the rules to keep apart, to stay safe. The Polite Pig was open. Love that place. Great barbecue.
You can smell that from like all the way down to the shops, and oh boy, you can smell that.
Who doesn't love Disney balloons? It doesn't feel like Disney without Mickey balloons.
That's true.
And
That's
they were
facts.
there.
Yeah.
But coming out of the Lime garage here, we take a right and we head down here and we're going to pass the Levi's store, which is open because we're headed for World of Disney because they just opened a couple of days ago and we have to get into the Disney store. It doesn't feel like Disney without a Disney store.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have Disney and everywhere. You have to go to the Disney shops if you're going to go to Disney. It's a fact.
You have to. The poutine fries, that was open, and those are amazing with real Wisconsin cheese curds on them. They're wonderful. They're heavy. You could share an order at least between two people. Restrooms also have social distancing signs, and we're going to line up over here to go into World of Disney, and that was an experience, right?
Yeah, and as you even go inside the doors, that does not mean that you get to immediately walk in and shop. You get into a virtual queue, and you wait for them to text you or call you to tell you that you're allowed to come in now.
So here we are lining up, and you can see the markings on the ground where all the parties are supposed to stand 6 feet apart. And we're lined up here just to get in the virtual queue, kind of like the virtual queue they have to see Santa. I don't know if you've ever seen Santa in Disney Springs, but they take your name and they take your cell phone number and they text you when it's time to come back. This is the same sort of thing, but the wait time here on Friday, was about half an hour versus a lot of times when you go to see Santa, the wait time is like 5 hours, especially closer to the holidays. So there's a tip for you if you want to see Santa, get there early, get in line to see Santa in the virtual queue and go see a movie or eat a meal or something. But yeah, we were just standing here in the shade. It wasn't too hot and there was a nice breeze. It was a little muggy and a little warm, and yeah, the masks, it is different to wear them in the heat, right?
Yeah, it's a different experience definitely with the masks on for sure.
But here we are. We're being called into the store, trying to stay away from everyone and keep our distance. And we meet up with the cast member they ask for your name, the spelling of your name, and your phone number, and they enter it all in so they can text you when it is your turn to be in the Disney store. And that's how they're maintaining the capacity of the store. They want to keep everybody safe. Overall, we were kind of on a mission today. We wanted to see the Disney stores because they just reopened a little bit later than the other stores, but we absolutely had to have the Dole Whip nachos,
which were extraordinarily good, which you'll see a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later, but you can see everybody's wearing masks. Everyone is cooperating. Masks are required. I don't know if we mentioned that, but masks are required in Disney Springs. You have to wear them. When we came out of the line for the Disney store, it was much, much longer than when we got in it. You can see Starbucks is open and they have all the social distancing markers on the ground as well. This side of World of Disney is actually the exit. You enter through one door and exit through the other.
They try to avoid as much contact, and they try and keep people from getting in contact with each other as much as possible for your own safety, of course.
But we're coming up here on and seeing there's a lot of different little food carts and food stands and drink stands. Those were open. Ghirardelli, where the little chocolate squares are usually given out as samples, you can get those for free while you're there. Ghirardelli was not open where the chocolates were, but the ice cream and drink portion of Ghirardelli were open and popular. There's the Photo Pass location. It was closed. They take wonderful pictures, by the way, if you have Photo Pass, and they're open. And here we are to get our Dole Whip. You can see more social distancing and cautionary signs.
And there's the line for it. So, as you can see, even on the ground here, they do have markers telling you where to stand.
You can get a regular Dole Whip or ice cream. Look at the spoons. They should have done this a long time ago. You only have to touch the handle to pull them out. How wonderful is that?
Yes, you don't need to touch other spoons or any other thing that other people have touched in order to grab a spoon, which is really good.
I really like the new spoon dispensers. And we're coming around the corner. We got to find somewhere to sit. The little doggy clothing place was open, or doggy bandanas. The kitty train.
The train was closed because,
Tin Traders was closed, and Star Wars Trading Post was closed. All right, we're gonna break in to the Dole Whip nachos. You gotta take your mask off. Just pull it down. Like this. I cannot wait to try the Dole Whip nachos.
Ready to break into it, Mom?
We're ready to break into it. Take a bite.
I'm gonna get one with the boba ball.
Okay. How is it?
Oh, just as delicious.
What's
as
the boba
iron.
ball taste like?
It's pineapple or mango. It like
Mango?
explodes in your mouth and just brings out
Mangoy?
so much flavor.
Mango boba balls and strawberry. You know what I like about it? There's not a lot of chocolate.
And there's
Because
strawberry
I don't
syrup.
really like chocolate. I'm crazy that way, but I don't. But look at the waffle,
It's so many
the
different
waffle
colors.
chips. But we've got to sanitize our hands now before we touch the waffle chips.
Yep.
But this looks amazing.
Can't wait.
This Dole Whip is amazing. Again, whipped cream, boba balls, so much texture.
It's a creative idea to take something like nachos that's not very sweet and make something totally different that's sweet and delicious and just really amazing.
Dole Whip nachos. What will they come up with next? And the waffle cone things? Yum. The Dole Whip nachos have to be one of my favorite desserts with the boba balls and all that.
Yeah.
We really cleaned that up fast, and it's a good dessert for 2 people.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good because of all the stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's all over my face and stuff because I just devoured that. It was so good. And I mean, the portion size is not little. I thought that the ratio between the waffle and the Dole Whip would be not equal, but it is really equal, and I really loved it. The exploding boba balls were a nice little touch on there too.
That Dole Whip was delicious, but now we're going to wander a little bit more around Disney Springs and burn off some calories.
There's Once Upon a Toy, which was closed, which is very unfortunate because I love Once Upon a Toy.
That's a fun store, also Disney-owned store. There's another entrance down there by the Void, which the Void was not open. Earl of Sandwich was open, but there wasn't a lot of people there. But it looks like there's a walk-up entrance down here at this end of Disney Springs, and to the right of it is the Void, which is a Star Wars VR experience right now. But Earl of Sandwich, it's a great place to get a hot or cold sandwich. I could eat my way around Disney Springs all day.
I could definitely eat a lot of snacks, but I mean that's why they have stuff placed apart because then you burn calories as you walk from place to place.
But this part of Disney Springs was pretty empty, probably because there wasn't a whole lot that was open. You can see that the carousel is closed, again for obvious reasons like the kiddie train. It'd be kind of hard to keep those clean, and there probably would be a lot of demand for that right now.
Yeah, I mean I wouldn't really want to go sit on a carousel after somebody else doing this, so.
Yeah, maybe not a safe thing. But Days of Christmas store, that was closed, but that's all right because you have lots of days and to get your Christmas shopping on.
Yeah, I mean it's a while till Christmas.
The Disney art store was open, and we're going to come around the corner here toward Rainforest Cafe and Goofy's Candy Company. Goofy's Candy Company was not open, and we like candy, and it's a cute little shop, and it smells lovely.
It smells absolutely lovely.
But Rainforest Cafe was not open. The waterfalls were not running on the elephants. It's such a nice atmosphere when it is open. That sign and the elephants have water that run down them. It's really neat. The waterfall up here by the alligator was running. The volcano was not erupting fire. And the alligator was motionless, which usually he's animated. He wakes up from time to time and makes noise, and steam forms around him, and it's kind of a neat atmosphere. But again, not a lot was open here. It was kind of quiet on this end of Disney Springs, don't you think?
It was pretty quiet around this end. I mean, we didn't see that many people at all walking around here.
Did you know that that little monster out in the lake is made entirely of Legos?
Really?
Yes.
No way. That's crazy. There's no way that an entire big old dragon like that is made completely of Legos.
And on the right was paddlefish there. It's a neat signature dining experience on a paddle boat that we walked by. We're going to keep walking up here toward T-Rex Cafe across this neat little bridge. Let's see here. There's paddlefish. Restaurant on a paddle boat. It doesn't actually move, by the way. But here's T-Rex Cafe. It is also a Landry's restaurant, just like Rainforest Cafe. And we adore this restaurant. And it was open. There weren't a lot of people dining in it, but they were taking people in.
There's just a bunch of little shops up here now. And as you can see, the orange bird is right there.
Orange Bird's getting very popular now. He's kind of a retro Disney icon.
He represents Florida citrus, though, which is very cool.
He does. And here's the Boathouse. The Boathouse restaurant was open. And the amphicars were open. You can see the guys standing there, the pilots. These amphicars, you can fit 4 people plus the driver in these cars, and they drive down into the water and putt around the lake there. It's kind of a fun experience.
And a lot of the little shops on the sides that you will see were closed, but there was definitely a few of them that were open.
Jacques Lindsay's Hangar Bar on the right-hand side here was not open. That restaurant is kind of themed and based on the Indiana Jones movies. There you go. Stop in and you'll kind of see some Indiana Jones memorabilia when it's open. Morimoto Asia down that direction, that restaurant is open. The Italian restaurants up here, Maria and Enzo's, that restaurant was closed. But you can see there's not a lot of people. And the shops here, I would say maybe 50% of them were open. You can kind of see every other one of them was open. Paradiso 37 was open. So what do you think? Are you having a nice day in Disney Springs?
So far, it's been absolutely beautiful. There's definitely not as many people here, which has been really nice.
And I think the temperatures were moderate. They were a little bit warm. It was sunny and sometimes overcast, and there was a little bit of a breeze, so it was tolerable. It was a little sweaty under the mask. I did get a little bit warm, but it was tolerable because there was a breeze. But there's Maria and Enzo's. The Edison next door to Maria and Enzo's was closed, which the Edison connects to Enzo's Hideaway. You have to check out Enzo's Hideaway if you love 1920s stuff. But across the bridge here, you can see Flights of Wonder, where you can get on the hot air balloon and take a ride, was not open. Heading toward AMC is where we're headed now, and Cirque. This Starbucks was closed. Most of the stores in this row were closed. There was very few that were open, so we decided to just walk down here a little ways and see what we could see. We were having a nice walk and walking off our calories from our Dole Whip, right?
I definitely think that we earned that Dole Whip by the end of this.
We definitely earned the Dole Whip, for sure. Marvel store, that's one of our favorite Disney stores to visit, and it was not open yet.
But they do have the tape on the ground, which shows me kind of that I think they might open in the future.
Yep, they're getting ready. They're doing this on a kind of on a test market basis, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But you can see the little drink and snack stand was open.
Which is nice, because it's nice to have little stands around in case you get really thirsty and you just want to stop off and grab a water or something.
And if you get something to drink or eat, you have to go find a place away from everyone and obviously take off your mask to eat. Sunglasses, the sunglass place was open. There was just a couple stores down here that were open. 2 or 3 of them. And then when you head down toward this end in between the construction, we're going to come up on Splitsville, which is the bowling alley. Lots of fun when it's open. And AMC Theater. And then there's the social distancing squad, people who help direct everyone on where to go. And they're cheerful and they're nice, but they won't let you go past Splitsville. And up here past Splitsville, it dead ends to what was the Cirque tent. And they're preparing a new show, but I don't know if that's going to happen now. Also, the NBA experience opened. But it's not open now, but the NBA Experience did open and hopefully will be open again.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like quite a bit of fun, so I hope it opens again soon.
To experience what it's like to be in the NBA. And the movie theater, that's one of my favorite places to visit in Disney Springs. Um, these are the little shops that are in the covered area. It was nice and cool. And I would say about half of them are open. They're kind of the more luxury upscale shops like UGG and Lucky that you saw. And Vera Bradley. This was very interesting. So we have to take you over here to Vera Bradley. It's one of the only shops selling masks, amazingly enough.
And those
So-
are the masks right there in her hand.
They had two that you could choose from. They get in different designs from time to time, but they had two different designs, and they were $8 a piece, which I didn't think was too bad for Vera Bradley.
No, I thought it was going to be at least like $30 a piece, but it ended up being real cheap. So I was like, okay, that's nice.
Yeah, we had masks, so we didn't buy any. But I was surprised that Disney's not selling the Disney masks. If you want Disney masks, you have to go to the Disney store online and order them, and they aren't shipping them until mid-June. But if you're going to visit Disney, you might as well have a Disney mask so you can go online to the Disney store and order yours. But we just continue to walk, right?
Yeah, I mean, we continued walking up here and
Sephora was open. They were being very cautious and careful about letting people in because obviously it's a makeup place. Disney always likes to put their own spin and have their own touches on things. And up there on the left, you can see there's a balcony that sometimes the stormtroopers appear on, and there might be a little video surprise later on there for you guys as they make an appearance to encourage people to social distance.
you'll just have to keep watching to see.
This is the other store here that has masks. They're a little bit different. I'm not sure how those would stay tight, but it's kind of neat that they're adjustable on your ears. I like that idea. And I can't recall, they were $8 to $10, but it's called Shore. And that was the only other store we saw in Disney Springs that has the masks right now, right?
Yeah, that was the only other one we saw, and they make them in all different sorts of colors and styles.
And we've almost walked a full circle. So up here on the left, you can see the Mickey balloons, and that's kind of where we started across from the Lime Garage on the right-hand side. But we're headed back to the Disney store because we want to walk around the Disney store and check things out a little bit. Up here on the right, also you can see is Ron John's Surf Shop, and that only recently opened before everything got shut down. But Ron John's Surf Shop is very popular. If you're into that sort of thing, you have to go and see the one at Cocoa Beach. It's huge. It's ginormous. It's 2 floors and only about maybe an hour drive from Disney. So you can get a car rental from there for a day, and I'd be happy to help set that up for you if you want to take a car to Cocoa Beach and visit Ron John's Surf Shop. But back here to the Polite Pig, they have amazing barbecue. I can't tell you what that smelled like. Did not smell amazing?
It smelled, oh my goodness, it smelled fantastic.
I love the Polite Pig. It's a great restaurant. But here we're just showing you some more stores that are open on our way over to the Disney store, which was really what we wanted to visit for today.
We really came for the Dole Whip nachos and the Disney store.
You bet we did. Disney magic all the way around. But we keep calling it the Disney store. It's a World of Disney. Once Upon a Time is also a Disney store, I guess, if you want to get serious. But again, the poutine fries, we already talked about those earlier, but those are amazing. And here we are. They didn't have the virtual queue anymore when we showed up, so you could just walk in. The store hadn't met its 50% capacity or whatever it was limited to. And everyone was wearing masks. I don't know that I saw anyone without them. They've spaced the shelves out a whole lot wider. There's a lot more space to walk around things and shop.
There's definitely a lot more space to walk around, and you can definitely tell what's the most popular because it has the most people gathered around it.
Well, you can tell what's the most popular for me. I had to stop right here and zoom in on the Star Wars stuff. I love Star Wars. I'm a total Star Wars junkie. I love it so much. Don't worry, we have stuff coming up for the princesses too. And look, the shoulder porgs. They have little magnets in their butt in case you don't know what they are, and you stick them on your shoulder, and they ride around stuck to your shoulder all day. What's your porg's name? You have a porg. What's his name?
Porky?
Oh, Porky Porg. Because maybe he's a little chubby one.
Yeah, he's a little chubby.
A little chubby, fluffy porg. Lots of Star Wars stuff. With Baby Yoda. My Star Wars junkie son corrects me. It's not Baby Yoda, Mom. It's the child.
It is the child. Not Baby Yoda, guys. You heard it. It's the child.
The child. But we love Star Wars stuff.
Look how adorable.
We were hoping these were, what are they called? The real popular mugs. The Yetis.
They're called the Yetis, and they keep your drinks cold for a very long time.
Yetis. I don't know why I couldn't spit that out, but those are popular in our household. But they were Tervis mugs, but those looked really cute with the child on them, also known as Baby Yoda. But see, we're just walking around, checking things out, heading over into the stuffed animal section, because who couldn't use another Disney stuffed animal?
I mean, if you can't really have anything to take home with you from Disney, you might as well get a nice little squeezable, huggable souvenir here.
They really bring your characters to life so you can hug your favorite character.
So nice. I have that little Baymax right there, in fact.
He is huggable. That was one of your birthday gifts, right?
Yeah, I hug him a lot.
Here we go now. We're going to go into Princess Land.
My favorite.
Think I sense a little sarcasm there. But lots of Anna and Elsa stuff because that's really popular. Just want to walk around and through the aisles. You guys can, maybe you see some of your favorite stuff. I'd love to hear in the comments about some of the stuff there that might be your favorites that you see. I like these Anna and Elsa statues that greet you here in the princess section. They're really cool looking.
They're really realistic.
You did a good job on those. Lots of purses and backpacks and every style you can imagine. And Mickey shoe slippers.
We had to have the Mickey shoe slippers. I mean, you have to have them if you see them.
Bags, all kinds of Minnie Mouse themed things. Oh, what I would do if I won a shopping spree in this store.
Oh boy, you would get pretty much everything.
I would, and you know what? I would buy a lot of gifts too. I would buy gifts for friends,
fans,
maybe some giveaways for our followers if I won a shopping spree. But this Disney stuff isn't exactly inexpensive to me.
There might be some giveaways coming, so you never know.
If you find Pixie Dust Adventures on Facebook, we're doing a giveaway in June.
Well, more backpacks, and here we are heading into the world of Pixar, one of my favorites.
Pixar is kind of what you grew up with, the Pixar films.
I definitely did grow up with Pixar films. I grew up watching Ratatouille. That was my main movie.
That was your main? And I love Nemo.
Oh.
I love Nemo. I love the story. I love the music. I love the animation.
That was probably my other movie that I grew up watching. Those two, Ratatouille and Nemo, Finding Nemo.
And Toy Story is super popular. They have Toy Story Land. About nothing but Toy Story. So.
And Hollywood Studios.
And we're going to go over to one of my favorite parts where the dishes and kitchenware. Look at the teas. And the mugs.
All the fun stuff.
They have mugs for everything and every person.
They have a mug for every letter in the alphabet, and I'm not exaggerating. They literally have a mug for
They
every
literally have alphabet mugs.
Yeah.
But mugs for everything. Look, Haunted Mansion. Thanos.
They have the Infinity Gauntlet Mug.
Star Wars.
Who has one of those? I mean, do you have one of those?
There
No,
was
you
Nightmare
don't.
Before Christmas, Mulan, Little Mermaid. Mugs for everything. Everything Disney has a mug. But more kitchenware. Look at those fun little Mickey pot holders.
And the tongs there, they had the Mickey hand tongs.
The aprons, the rolling pins. I loved these Minnie Mouse pie plates. They're adorable.
They're sweet as pie.
I love pie too.
Yeah. They got towels and more mugs.
More mugs.
More mugs.
Mugs on every wall. Photo frames, just lots of fun stuff to look at. And it was a great place to cool off for a little while.
There's the mugs for every letter of the alphabet.
There's the mug. And they have signs that tell you to minimize touching things. Unless you are going to buy them, they would prefer you didn't touch them. My input on that is they need to put the price tags where you can see them. Because if you're just curious how much something is, you have to pick it up to look at the price tag on the back.
Which is very, very difficult to not touch something when you need to see the price of it.
Right, they need to put prices up front, but they have signs discouraging people from touching things too much that they're not going to buy.
I'm pretty sure Disney doesn't mind if you're looking at buying something, though.
And there's leggings for every day, for dog lovers, for food lovers, for Haunted Mansion fans. They had leggings for everything.
I'm pretty sure if you had all those leggings, you would have a legging for every day of the year.
You might.
And they got phone cases here. They have phone cases for Star Wars and everything else. There's the
You like the Thanos mug.
yeah. There's the mug.
Avengers is his thing. And they had one of my favorite Avengers shirts right here. It has some bling bling on the front, a pink girly looking one. Not really girly girl, but I did like that shirt.
And they probably had one of my favorite hats that I've ever seen there as well.
So Disney bags. We're going to head over now to the Marketplace Co-op, which is another Disney store that has super cute stuff. There was no line to get into the Marketplace Co-op. So we walked right in. There are signs that the dressing rooms were closed. So you could try on clothes on top of your clothes maybe, or they might even discourage that kind of for obvious reasons.
I don't know if I would do that. I mean, if you're really looking at buying something, I would buy it and
hope it fits?
Yeah, if you're a Florida resident, I mean, I would buy it, take it home, and try it on. And if it doesn't fit, take it back. Because I mean, we have to stop the spread. And
Yeah, I know. But taking it back, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is to this. But
let's go on a more positive note here.
Pretty kitchen Mickey decor in the popular black and white colors. And towels. Stitch.
Oh,
Somebody's
my favorite.
other
That
favorite.
was my
Stitch.
favorite of all time. Ohana means family, and family means nobody that's left behind.
Absolutely. You bet.
Just a little bit of reenactment there for you.
He does a good Stitch voice.
Yeah, it's alright.
Lots of Disney art. This used to be the Disney dress section, but
that's probably my favorite poster I've ever seen of Stitch, which I love that.
Cute. And Star Wars.
Mandalorian.
Oh, that was the Mandalorian. It's still Star Wars, but yeah, Mandalorian. You're right. And then they moved the dress section around the corner. It's a little smaller than it used to be, but they have all sorts of cute dresses. I love these dress styles. Not Haunted Mansion.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's Sally. And Pirate. Can you imagine wearing that dress on Pirate Night on a Disney cruise?
I would mistake you for a real pirate.
I so want that dress. The pirate dress. Minnie Mouse style and fashion. That bag is super cute with the Minnie bow on it.
They have pins and bags and purses and wallets and everything else you can name.
Dooney and Burke bags. Very popular. All kinds of accessories, hats.
Got jewelry, hats.
Even a section for your pets. Or
your
dog, rather, right? Might
furry
have been a
friend.
cat. But mostly dogs.
Mm.
You can make your dog like Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse. They even have the little jerseys. I thought the little Walt Disney World jerseys were so cute, the doggy style ones.
I love that. I really wanted one of those for my dog.
For our pooch. They have Mickey ears for your pooch. Because every pooch
Yeah.
needs Mickey ears.
Yeah.
Collars, t-shirts, bowls.
Mats, everything else you can name for a dog. And my favorite, probably, the Stitch shirt. Ah, I love that, of course.
Of course, the Stitch.
I mean, what could be better than having your dog be Sully?
I liked Sully. It was so cute. It's a harness too. I wonder how long our dog would leave that on our head. Like 2 seconds.
Yeah, maybe.
More little jerseys and dog collars. Disney's really big right now into being able to personalize your stuff. So they now have these little t-shirt stations where you can choose a design and personalize it. Made by you. Because you can pick from not just those designs on the screen, but a lot of different designs, and you can personalize it with a year, your name, your family name, and have as many t-shirts as you want made.
That is not all of the designs. There's arrows down on the right and left that I don't know if you can see them, but they take you to far more.
And here's where you can personalize phone cases and magic bands. And they have every other station closed, you can see, for social distancing. But you can choose your magic band and your phone case and go over to one of those little stations and put your name on it or whatever you want on it. I find that most of the phone cases are for iPhones. And I'm a Samsung user. This video was taken on a Samsung phone. I'm sorry for iOS people. But yes, there you go. Tech on demand. There were hand washing stations in various places around Disney Springs, and here's one of them. You just put your foot on the pedal to start the water so you don't have to touch anything, which is really nice.
And it pumps water up to the faucet. It's weird because you have to keep pressing the button in order to keep that water flowing onto your hands, and they do recommend that you wash it for 20 seconds.
There are signs recommending. So that's weird, huh? You had to keep pushing that with your foot to keep the water. Keep pumping the water. And there was no paper towels in that dispenser, but around the corner there's paper towels.
Yes, that's a two-sided thing. Each side has the same thing, but this one was out of paper towels. So I walked around to the other side and grabbed that paper towel.
But those are kind of handy, kind of nifty. And we used hand sanitizer around Disney Springs, but sometimes it's nice to kind of be able to wash your hands. And my feeling is they're testing that for the parks. And now we are going to go into the Lego store because we had to. When you step into the door, there's someone who works there and they stop you and they tell you the rules for the Lego store, which was a lot different and more strict than the Disney store, right?
Yeah, you'll see soon what we mean. It's a lot different.
You could go in and there's blue tape around the Legos.
These Legos obviously were in glass, so they didn't care if you approached those.
But the boxes of Legos, when you were told not to cross the blue tape, you could only walk up to the blue tape, and there's reminders to stay 6 feet apart.
And if you wanted to view a Lego box, there was people working there that you would ask, say, hey, I want to view this in this set, and they will get it for you to show to you up close. And if you want to flip it over, I want to see the back, you tell them, they'll flip it over, they'll do whatever you want.
But you couldn't get close to them, which is definitely different. And they were more strict than the Disney store, but hey, that's what they got to do and keep things clean. But here you go, see, some people want to look at some Legos here, and he takes it out and shows them the front. And then if they want to see more or see the back, he'll turn it over. But you couldn't touch any of the Legos unless you were going to buy them. And then they took it up to the register and you paid and you could take your Legos. But that was definitely different. But still neat. It's still one of my favorite stores.
Yeah, I really, really always like going to the Lego store because it feels like a whole experience.
And just like other stores, it has a separate exit from the entrance. So you enter through one door and exit through the other. We're going to walk around just a little bit more around Disney Springs here.
You can see it's pretty empty here. I mean, there's not that many people.
And I don't know what time it was. Friday, 4 o'clock? 4 o'clock, I think it was. So maybe it was a little less full in the evening.
Yeah, it was definitely less.
And here we go. The stormtroopers are on guard. They're there to help promote social distancing. How fun is that? Disney has all these neat little touches.
They have stormtroopers there to remind you. How cool is that? Who doesn't want to be reminded by a stormtrooper?
But we're going to be quiet here so that you can hear what they're saying.
More like this. All right, move along.
No, more like this. All right, move along.
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 All right.
Move along.
And those stormtroopers were awesome.
They were so neat. I think they were really talking to us, telling us to move along.
I mean, they pointed right at us, so.
So I think they wanted us to move along, so we decided to call it a day.
And now we're going up the escalators to Disney, or to the parking lot, the Lime Garage, where we parked.
And we're ready to head out and call it a day. And we look forward to our next trip. However, we decided to drive around Walt Disney World property when we left, and that's almost as interesting as Disney Springs. Seeing the roads empty, no buses running, hardly any cars was a little bit eerie, but it was very interesting to drive around the property freely and not even have to stop. Not a lot of traffic or anything. And I plan on putting some of that video at the end of this Disney Springs video, but it got a little bit long because I thought it was interesting and we wanted to share it with you guys. So we are going to make a separate video of driving around Walt Disney World property while the theme parks are closed.
So stay tuned and continue to watch this channel. I always say, turn on notifications and you'll know exactly when it comes out and you can watch it right away.
We'll try to get that pushed out in the next couple of days by midweek for sure. And we appreciate you spending the day with us in Disney Springs. All right, we had all the fun we could stand in the parks. We're back in the car. And I can't wait to take this mask off. If it were any hotter, that would have been tough. It was pretty warm today, but there was a nice little breeze.
Yeah.
So it was tolerable to wear the masks.
Yeah, it definitely was tolerable
I mean,
today.
because he's a little sweaty, his hair, and
My face is
yeah,
really
he
red.
runs a little warmer than I do, but it was tolerable because there was a breeze and kind of some scattered clouds maybe that came and went, don't you think?
Yeah, it was definitely got shadier, a part of it for sure.
But it wasn't, if it was full on sun and a high humidity like it is here a lot, that would have been really hot to wear these masks. We did find masks for sale in a couple places. I think we'll show them to you in the video. There was, I think, 2 stores we found them in was all.
Yes.
And they weren't really priced too bad. Vera Bradley was $8 and the other one was called Shore. I think they were about $8 to $10 as well.
Yeah.
But anyhow, well, stay tuned. We're going to put some video clips of us cruising around the Disney World property right after this. So if you want to watch and see what things look like here, then watch along. Thank you.